Howdy and welcome to another skin review. This one is Alacrity by Adam Ryansaw, and I apologize if I butchered your name. When there's no spaces between individual words, my brain dies. Anyway, the skin is appearing to be themed around a red and blue color scheme with some space elements, but there are also random characters on a few elements which give some conflicting signals. The skin is mixed. I can't say it's entirely mixed, but it does have a lot of elements that you do see on other skins. But I'm not entirely sure if they made all their elements or not, but I'll get into that later. So if you're new here and you don't know the ranking criteria, go ahead and check the description as it will have everything you need to know. So starting with the skin folder, we can see it's got plenty of options. From changing your cursor to the spinner, you've got it all covered. Although some of the hit circles are really weird and I really don't recommend anything other than default, as default is definitely the best in my opinion. Alright, so let's go ahead and get into some of the elements here, and we're going to start with the main menu background. There actually isn't one, and this is the second time in a row this has actually happened, and yeah, just Google something and put it as your background. It's a lot better than having no background at all. Anyway, this skin actually appears to have a lot of elements that are mixed or heavily borrowed, but don't quote me on it, it just really looks this way. Alright, so for the main menu sounds. Alright, so on to the song selection, and I gotta say, I'm sorta impressed. I'm a sucker for space-themed stuff, and the color scheme and the stars really have me just gotchy. So, the actual song selection panel is weird because it's got, for everything else from the menu and the top and even the OS logo, it's themed around the stars, but the song selection panel is just black. You could have played with the creativity here and added some stars to the background of the panel and then had literal stars as your stars. But anyway, you played it safe with the black, and I gotta say, it does still work. It just could be a little better. Alright, the OS logo is actually skinned perfectly. It's not too big or it's not tilted, it's just right. Alright, so for the selection icons, I gotta say I'm also impressed. Everything fits within this star and this like space theme really well, and I like these icons. The options is skinned, and the mod selection icons are actually really, I don't know, to be honest. They just leave something to be there. They're very generic, and they're possibly a mixed element. They look really familiar. I can't really say if I've seen it. I'm just saying it does look familiar to me. You have some, I mean, come on, dude. You've got this star and this space theme going for you, and you use these really generic, really weird mod icons. I can't tell if you're just lazy or trying to play it safe, or you have no creativity, no ideas for it, which I can get behind using something like this, but I mean, at least use a color scheme with them. Anyway, they really don't fit the overall theme, and I can't give it a point for that. Mode select is skinned, but it has this random girl on there that we haven't seen in the skin yet, and it's just really just it just adds a inconsistency to the skin, and there's a lot of them, by the way, a lot of inconsistencies with the skin, which you will start to see. Maybe I'm missing something and the skin is actually related to a show, or maybe some like, I don't know, maybe a game. I really don't know. Let me know in the comments if I'm actually missing something here and just making a fool of myself. Anyway, on to the ranking panel. What the heck? Who is this boy? No, really, who is this? I mean, the skin has a consistent theme up to this point, and this character has never been seen along with the mode selection character. But maybe they share a show or something? Is there something I'm missing here? But why the heck is this character here? Why is there a random character in this ranking panel? It doesn't make any sense, and it's making me... I'm getting an aneurysm as we speak. This random chick is not necessary. Anyway, the overall panel does work. I mean, the graph and the panel are just black. It's really minimalist, and I can get behind it. The font is fine. I just have a problem with this random big girl here that serves no purpose to the skin, doesn't even fit the theme, and overall, I think adding some stars, a space theme, something to this panel, and even to the mod icons is a welcome change. I'm dying here. Come on, get your shit together, mate. Alright, and on to the pause and the fail screens, I'm defeated. This skin started off so good. And then we see this. They're just random wallpapers, which are fine. But once we get to the section pass and the section fail, it's just another random character. What are you thinking, boy? Is your head okay? Like, you just adding random elements at this point? I can't tell if you started off with a theme and you just got really lazy and didn't want to finish it and just added a bunch of mixed elements in here, or what. It's just, come on, dude. You gotta have a theme somewhere. Alright, so now for the gameplay. Alright boys, so honestly, the gameplay is the best part of the skin. It's got a really good style. This like red and blue contrast is nice, and it's not going with the rest of the theme at all, but at this point, what really is the theme? Anyway, the elements are all over the place and don't really have anything in common from section to section, but nevertheless, it's still a good gameplay skin. The health bar and the hit key overlay are both minimalist and honestly don't take up too much space and are decent looking, and the overall gameplay experience is Gucci. Alright boys, so the gameplay saves the skin from being a really mediocre skin. But I've never really been hard on a skin at this point, like in the past with my reviews, but that's because they've all kept up with a consistent theme, and they're honestly not a bad skin overall. Not to say that this skin is terrible, it just really needs some constructive criticism to put the skinner on the right path here. The skin is going many different ways, and as far as the theme goes, you should really fix this, because it makes the theme just seem really weird, or it just looks like a mixed skin, which is not a good thing that you want to have people saying about it. It just means that people would like think you went to a skinning site and just dragged a bunch of elements in there, called it your skin. Not good, man. Alright, so I suggest that you skin this around a central character or a show or something. Again, if this is like whooshing over me and this is part of a game or a show I'm completely unaware of, then just completely ignore this part and I'm dumb, and let me know in the comments below. Second, I think you should either skin it if you don't have a character or anything or a show that you're going to skin it around this star in this space theme. It's really nice. You would have to change a lot of the elements, including the gameplay, but I think it would be worth it, as this is really good elements in the song selection and the actual menu part. Now, the third one I suggest is skin it with that red and blue theme. It really works for the gameplay, and honestly you could change a few elements around in the menu and have some red and blue contrast going, and it would look really nice along with the gameplay. I mean, dude, I can tell you spent the most part in the menu and the gameplay, but come on, you gotta do everything else to make the skin look good. And if you really want my personal take, I think you should keep the space theme. It's unique and it really fits the skin well. A lot of the song selection and the menu bar elements look really nice for this, and if you made some more and applied the same creativity you did right there to the other parts of the skin, I think the skin would be fantastic, and it would be one of my favorites, because I'm really a sucker for stars and space stuff. It's really nice to me. But yeah, I honestly, I don't really know with this skin. I can't tell if everything is mixed and he didn't make a single part of it, or if he took other parts of elements and put them into his own custom element, but again he borrowed from other things. I really don't know. I just think a lot of work needs to be done to the skin to make it good. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.